Magandang araw po, ng hapon. I'm pleased to welcome all of you here to the Philippine Consulate. I'm very glad about this partnership with the Halo-Halo Network and the Sentro ng Kultura at Wika ng Austria at Pilipinas on this opportunity to present this important book titled Common Diversities, Junge Filipinos im deutschsprachigen Raum. Congratulations to all of you who have worked hard to have in this book the personal stories, the intimate sentiments, the dreams and aspirations of second and third generation Filipinos in German-speaking countries in Europe. If I'm not mistaken, this seems to be the first book of its kind written by and focusing on the second and third generation Filipinos in Austria, Germany, and Switzerland. Tama ba? Sino ako? Who am I? Wer bin ich? A person's search for identity can be an intense and profound journey. And for an individual who is at every breathing moment a blend of the Filipino and German, Filipino and Austrian, or Filipino and Swiss contexts, such process is particular and unique. Perhaps among the reasons why this book is so exciting, for those of you here who are of mixed Filipino descent and count German as your native tongue, this book is a chance to have your voices durably heard and be able to relate to others who share this common experience. For the parents here, this book can be a summation of the evolution of the experience of children who grow up with two cultures. And for the rest of us who may not have such first-hand experience, the book gives us an opportunity to step into the shoes of those who live, struggle, and celebrate the sometimes tough, confusing, fulsome, and prideful, but never boring fusion. Finally, I would like to reassure you that the consulate will always be ready to be a venue and sanctuary for cultural and people-to-people discourses such as what we have today. In fact, we're honored that you find in this humble place a safe and familiar space where you can be sure that the experience of being Filipino and at the same time being German, Austrian, or Swiss will always be an important matter high up there in the list. I'm sure that like me, you're already very eager for our program to start. Maraming salamat, vielen Dank.
Mag Tagalog, Anak. Spricht Tagalog-Kind. Ein Satz, den die Autorin jedes Mal wiederholte, als ihre 3 Kinder zu sprechen begannen. Sie beschwerten sich jedoch immer wieder und antworteten, aber du kannst doch so gut Deutsch sprechen. Sie wuchsen zweisprachig auf. Während der Tagalog-Unterrichtseinheiten des Vereins Sentro fielen der Autorin viele erwachsene Kinder von philippinischen Migrantinnen auf, die keine philippinische Sprache gelernt hatten und dies sehr bedauerten. Sie haben dabei gemeint, dass das Lernen der Sprache schon lange geplant hatten, weil ihnen damit ein fehlendes Stück ihrer Identität zurückgegeben würde. In Vorbereitung auf dieses Buch kamen diese Aussagen wieder in den Sinn und die Autoren wollten der Frage nachgehen, wie die Jugend mit philippinischem Migrationshintergrund im deutschsprachigen Raum über die Sprache ihrer Eltern denkt.
Wenn man Glück hatte, schaufelte ein Bagger sogar Schutt oder ein Gabelstapler verschob schweres Zeug von einer Seite auf die andere. Mutprobe war es, den dunkelgrünen Zaun hochzuklettern, der Spielplatz und Bauhof trennte. Mit unseren kleinen Füßen passten wir noch gerade so in die Lücken. Irgendwann ging das nicht mehr. Wer es bis nach oben schaffte, war King. Abgesteckt wurde der Raum des Spielplatzes von einem Wall, hinter dem ein Schleichweg bis ans Ende der Straße führte.
There is a very important note in your article where you said, should I be introducing myself to the Filipinos, to my family here in the Philippines when you were doing your project as Andres? But then you didn't. Why is that?
Yeah, it's a struggle who I am. No, it goes in the same direction what the others were saying before. Because when I stayed in the Philippines, it was hard for me at first. I thought, oh yeah, everything is so familiar here. I know the food because my mom always cooked Filipino food. Of course, I have a really German name, Andreas Schmitz. It sounds like Juan de la Cruz in the Philippines. But when they see me, of course, it's a different treatment, and I think this is also what this book it calls also about this racism, no, that we experience. Maybe the first generation also has experiences, and they never talked about this. I don't know. They were quiet about these issues, and the second generation now, not only the Filipino Germans, also I see other Asian Germans who start talking about this since the important incidents worldwide. Yeah, I think this is what it goes in which direction I would like to emphasize what I was saying in the book, that we are somehow sitting in between the chairs, as we say in German. Yeah.
Looking at the chapters, for example, a lot of the chapters are dealing with questions of racism, discrimination, and perception of the society in which we are moving around. As I said before, with navigating, I think it is hard for someone to really come up with a definition of his or her identity when growing up and saying, I am a Filipino-German, because you are always confronted with the Germans' culture, values, and traditions.
Regarding racism, you know, the Filipinos who came here from the very beginning were very exotic people. We were all exotic. Nobody thought that, wow, we look so good and everything. Coming from another planet. But we enjoyed that status, I must say. But true, I think it depends on your experience, who you've been exposed to in those days. That you would be, as children, really molested and say, oh, Schlitzaugen and Schlitzohr and stuff like that. But no, not really. I think I must say, for the first generation Filipinos who were here, who came as nurses in 1970s and all, they enjoyed a certain kind of status here in Germany, which was an upgraded status. They were in hospitals, they were caring for the sick. If any German said, we love the Filipino nurses because they really, really did a great job. And so I didn't think that we were what do you call it? Discriminated, thank you. See my German and English there. Anyway, that we were discriminated because we enjoyed that status and we were different. We were different from the other Asians who came here. We were different from all the other people who were here because we were special and we gave service to the Germans in which cannot be compared.
My kids are half German, as from my surname. So to answer, to share my experiences with my kids, they're twins, by the way. For as long as we emphasize that they're both German and Filipino, happiness of the kid or the way to finding themselves, that's what's more important. We always prioritize what our kids want and what they need, not ours, our strengths. Thank you.